welcome all fellow ASMR enthusiasts and Pokemon enthusiasts. And if you're not a Pokemon enthusiast, welcome anyways. Today, in this video, I'm going to be reorganizing my collection of Pokemon cards. Now, when I say collection, I don't mean my entire collection, because that video would be a really long video. This is just the cards that are actually worth something to me. As you see back here, there's a whole lot of tins and boxes full of Pokemon cards, and each one of them, I assure you, is jam-packed full of cards that aren't worth a cent, maybe a fourth of a cent each. So those are not the ones we will be organizing today. We will be organizing my rare cards. We got some old original cards here. Here's a little look at what we've got going on, and those are, of course, the nostalgic cards are always the best cards. We've got some Japanese cards and some ultra rares and so on, and we're going to sort through those and reorganize them here in this binder. Now, this binder is I've been using the same binder since I was probably about 10 years old, so I've had it for around 10 years, and as you can see, it's pretty beat up. The pages are pretty crusty. I might need to get some new pages now that I think about it. But collecting Pokemon cards has been a passion of mine since I was probably about 8 years old, and it's just always followed through despite my aging, and it's hopefully something that I will be able to do until time takes its course. But until that day, you can definitely catch me playing or catching and collecting Pokemon cards. So without any further ado, let's get started. So on the first page, I usually put, my flashiest cards, because if I have somebody I want to show my cards to, you gotta catch their eye. So I also have some card sleeves right here. I like to get the clear ones so that you can see the card without any. I like to see the card in its somewhat natural state. I don't like putting any colored sleeves on it, so these right here come in quite handy. Now, I don't currently have a nice microphone, and I probably won't be able to get one for a while because college. So I'm currently using the headphone microphone on the Apple microphones that come with the phone. But so we're gonna start off with these. Let's put these level X's in the back because they're pretty outdated. We're gonna start out with GX's and some EX's and Mega EX's. And you know what? This time I think I'm gonna start out with the Megas, because why not? Alright, so the first card up is gonna be, oh man, I think I'm gonna start off with Mega Aggron. It's one of my favorite cards right there that I have, and it's also, I'd say, one of my favorite Pokemon, because we all know Generation 3 is always the best generation behind the first generation. And then, let's see, after that, I think I'm going to go with Venusaur, and I know everybody's like, why not Charizard, dude? Or why not you know, Mewtwo. Of course, I don't have a Mewtwo Mega, but I like to put Venusaur first because Venusaur is my favorite starter. Hate me if you will, but I like to be a little different from the rest. So here we got a really cool card. It's the Mega Latios EX, and this thing is a beautiful card. Love that one. I'm not much of a competitive Pokemon kind of guy. I'm more of a collector, but I mean, I will have my fair share of battles when it comes to playing with my buddies. When we get around, and you know, it's fun to just throw in a Mega Evolution Pokemon because they're just like, oh shit, what, you know. So let's put this guy in the front. What do we got here? Alright, so let's get all the EXs at the front here, including the old EXs. I've got 2 of those, you'll see. And we'll start slapping these bad boys right in the sleeves. So here we got a Glaceon Full Art EX. I love the way the Full Art EXs feel, because you know they have this little texture. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, there you go. As you can hear. They've got a really cool texture to them, so there is Glaceon EX. Now my favorite evolution is not Glaceon EX, but it is Vaporeon, because Vaporeon is an OP water type in the first generation, so especially in Pokemon Go. Here's a Dragonite Full Art EX. Love that card. Love Dragonite in general, because he is so freaking cool. I mean, who doesn't like a dragon, right? Here is Mega Steelix, or actually regular Steelix, I don't know what I'm saying. Steelix EX right here. Another full art with the cool looking rainbow effects. Ooh, baby. Looking good today. The reason I'm not whispering is because, well, it is my first ASMR video, so my whisper is not quite mastered yet like all the other professionals. Here's a regular Latios EX. You know, I don't have a voice like Let's Find Out going for me, so that is something I'll have to master as I go along. Let's put these 2 in the back and flip to the next page. Alright. Alright, we're gonna save the pages. I like to put the cards on the back too. And if you don't, I don't know what's wrong with you, because it looks so good. But next we have Mewtwo EX. And so I've played, I'd say, every Pokemon game besides Sun and Moon 2. Here's a Genesect EX. Of course, my favorite Pokemon game is Fire Red, because that's the one I started with back in, like, I don't know, 2004 or so. Maybe 2005, I don't know. That was my first Pokemon game, and that was what really got me hooked, is just playing. Here's a Blastoise EX. I love Blastoise. He's a cool guy. Just playing video games. It was really my first video game, to be honest. I got hooked almost instantly, and from then on I would play every single Pokemon game that would come out. And I just immediately fell in love with it, as I have other things. Like, I also love things like Star Wars and some video games that I play, like maybe Overwatch. I might make a video about that very soon, actually. And there's just various things that I have a good passion about. And here's a Xerneas EX fairy type. If you old heads didn't know, we have a fairy type now. But anyways, the Pokemon video games have always been something that I like to immediately flock to and play. And Fire Red is, I mean, I've probably played through that game. I'd say, oh man, this card. So what I do is I put the cards in this way. From the bottom I go up because dust can get in from the top if you leave it with the open side on the top. So just to prevent that, I mean, I do it from the bottom. Get in there, card. Alright, Golem. I don't know why you don't want to go in, buddy, but you're going in. You're being stubborn, dude. Maybe it's the Steelix fucking with it, but regardless, we are not giving up. There we go. Next we have a Kingdra EX and a Kingdra. I mean, that's just, look at that dude. He's a badass Pokemon. Alright, next page. So I'm probably going to make this a 2-part video because I've got a few stacks over here on the left and I don't want to take too long. Here's a classic Latias EX Delta species. I remember when they used to do that. This is 06. This is about when I started playing Pokemon, or probably a year or two after I started like really playing Pokemon. So I love these 2 cards right here, Articuno EX, because I so vividly remember pulling these 2 cards from packs when I was a young age and being so excited because they were flashy, and I took them to school and I was showing all my friends and they were like, wow dude, this is sick. And I was like, yeah man, I got it going on. Alright, next let's do these GXs. So, we got a Drampa GX from the new, that's a new gen Pokemon right there, if you didn't know already. Then we have a Tapu Lele, and I'm actually considering selling this card. I'm going to send it to get graded because that card right there has been selling lately for like $80 a pop. So we have a Tauros GX. One of my favorite Pokemon is Tauros. Anyways, yeah, that card has just been selling off the hook. Here's a Ho-Oh GX. So I'm probably going to plan on selling it. Now, I mean, here's a Dawn Wings Necrozma, however you say that. Yeah, I'm planning on selling that. But, I mean, if you guys see any cards that you really want, I will definitely entertain an actual offer. So, alright, so next we've got some old-timey level X cards from like 07. Let's see what we got. 09. Some pretty old cards right here. Here's a Hippowdon level X. And a Charizard G level X. Oops. Sometimes these cards are pretty difficult to get in because they're not perfect fits. As you can see, there's a little bit of excess. Sleeve on the bottom, so sometimes that just likes to get in the way and make my life a little more difficult than it has to be, but you know what we say to that? Whatever. Here's a Salamence level X, another really badass Pokemon. I like the sound of that card tapping. It sounds really nice. It's quite pleasant on the ears, to say the least. Here's another badass Pokemon, Electivire. This is a FB card. It's a level X as well. Love level X cards, man. I'm sad I only have 5. They were definitely some of my favorite cards to ever hit the Pokemon collecting world. Alright, so next we are going to, let me just organize these a little bit real quick, just to make life a little bit easier, because when you have the chance to make life a little bit easier, it's always best to seize that chance. Alright. So I'd say probably my favorite cards ever was the 2010 Heart Gold Soul Silver, because they had these in here, and these prime cards, in my opinion, are still some of the prettiest cards I own. And they're surprisingly not worth much, but I love them regardless. So first up, we've got a Typhlosion, and it looks like we've got 2 in here. One of them is probably really roughed up, because yeah, that one's pretty roughed up. Anyways, Typhlosion EX. Oh, sorry, Typhlosion Prime. Got EX on my mind. Next we have an Espeon Prime, which is another badass evolution. And we have Umbreon, which is again another pretty badass evolution. Oh, come on, bro. Alright, and let's move this binder again. Now I have this set up pretty jerry-rigged because I'm recording this on my phone. I don't know if you can see in the Pokeball, but this is the camera. It is on a box and inside of another box propped up by a miniature Pokemon card binder. So it's pretty jerry-rigged, if you ask me. Next up, we have my absolute favorite Pokemon, Machamp. As you'll see later on in the video, I have quite a few Machamp cards because he is definitely my favorite Pokemon in the Pokemon universe. So whenever I see a chance to get myself a Machamp card, I seize it, believe me. What is up with that corner? Alright. So, hold on, let me just grab something. I'm on my knees, and it is killing me. So I'm just going to grab a pillow. In the future, I hope these videos won't be as ghetto, but right now they're gonna stay that way. Here's a Prime Steelix, a badass Pokemon. There's quite a few badass Pokemon in the world of Pokemon. Next we have Meganium, one of the Johto starters. That's a promo right there. And then, last but not least for the primes, we have Electrode. So now we will move on to our regular old ultra rares. These vary quite a bit, to be quite frank. So we'll start off with a Zekrom full art from the old black and white days, back in like 2013. Let's see, what's the year? 2011. Wow. This is a pretty good looking card right here. And then following up, we got a Surfing Pikachu, which is a pretty sought after card. This one's in pretty good condition. I try to keep my ultra rares and my older cards in the best condition of all my cards. So there's Surfing Pikachu. These are all from like 09, that kind of time. Next we have the beautiful Charizard reprint, and let me tell you, this card is surprisingly very sought after, and I love this card. It is just, I mean, you know, the original OG Charizard reprinted, just looking like a real cool dude. And then after that, we have, actually, let me just get this card out. So here I have some other language, I'm not sure, maybe German, I think, I don't know. I have a bunch of foreign language cards. We have a base set Charizard. That is what they look like beside each other. It's really cool. Anyways, let me slip that bad boy back in and then whip out Articuno, another one of these ultra rares. Oops, get in the camera, dude. Yeah, so this is my first ASMR video, so give me a little bit of slack. Yeah, it might be pretty shitty, but I assure you, in the future, it will be much better. I plan on following in a path a lot like ASMRtica and Let's Find Out. Rich over there is a great guy. By the way, you should definitely check out his channel. And that I want to do a lot of philosophical, scientific, you know, just big brained kind of stuff, like Rich does, because over there at Let's Find Out, I'll tell you, dude, I cannot sleep without listening to one of Rich's boring old Viking or historical, philosophical, or scientific videos. It's not that they bore me to sleep, but that they are just so relaxing, and they are about somewhat boring topics. He's got it down to an absolute science with how to do ASMR. So that is what I am definitely trying to do. He has got it going on for sure, dude. He's got a Yeti. That is what I want. Anyways, next we have a Team Skull Grant. That's a cool card. And for those of you who don't know, which is probably everybody, because this is my first video, I also make, I don't know what I'm talking about. I am in college right now, and I am going to school for astrophysics, which is something that I have loved for many years. And the main reason I love astrophysics is because I grew up in an area in the deep country of the South where the stars are so beautiful at night and completely visible that it's hard not to just spend almost every night staring at them and just sitting in awe of the vastness of the universe. And that's another reason I feel like that topic is so, just the universe in general is such a relaxing topic to tackle in an ASMR video, so I definitely plan on doing that in the future. Anyways, we're gonna do one last stack of cards over here. I've got about 5 left, so let's do the one that everybody cares about. Actually, you know what? I think I will save this for the next video, but I will give you guys a quick flip through, because this video is getting pretty high in time at about 25 minutes now, so I'll give you guys a quick flip through. And when I say quick, I mean quick. So let me just. Oh, okay. I'm spoiling too much. We've got quite a bit of cards in this stack right here that are worth a good bit of money, and also some pretty beat up cards at the end. But this stack is definitely the coolest stack of them all, in my opinion. And then I'll just give you guys a look at what else we've got planned. We've got some OG Japanese cards. A bunch of oh man, these are nice. I love the way these look right here. We've got so many. I mean, like, come on, dude. Get a life, Houston. Got some. Now that's a sick card. And then lastly, we'll finish off with the foreign language cards that is outside of Japan. Some of these are pretty messed up. Look at this. That is a card that I would give away for free. Anyways, we managed to do quite a bit. We got through the ultra rares and all the flashy boys, so that's good in my opinion. We did a good amount of work, and hopefully I managed to relax you, and I hope that you guys have a good day or a good night, and have just a good sleep and hopefully good dreams and everything. I guess I'm not so good at goodbyes yet, but with all my sincerity, thank you so much for joining me tonight and watching me dick around on my first ASMR video for a little bit. Oh man, those sticky hands sound so pretty good. If you would like to stick around for more in the future, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be tackling a lot of different subjects that I find relaxing, and hopefully you guys find relaxing as well. I will see you guys in the next video, which will definitely be a continuation of this video.